I grew up, I had I was legally blind as a child. And so maybe my other senses were captivated by just the shooting sport. I do believe that the shooting sport is more than just a sport. The way of the pistol, I believe, is a martial art, as expressed by Jeff Cooper. And that's where I would only disagree with Mr. Lee. I would say that pistols, the discipline of firearms, I believe is a martial art. And I think it's because maybe firearms are just very new as compared to other weapons. I mean, when you talk about a stick or a knife, I think that there is some sort of, when you hold a knife in your hand, I can't help but feel like this is generational, like there's thousands of generations of my ancestors, of all our ancestors who held that and realized the power that comes with the technology of a blade. And I think the same thing is occurring now with firearms. There is information that is kept within DNA. I think that's passed on through generations. And as that occurs more and more, I think there's a stronger bond between, say, a knife and also a firearm. So that's why I would say having a firearm, carrying a firearm, does not make you lethal or knowledgeable or in a position to defend yourself. It's only the ability, the muscle memory, the training, the practice, the discipline that allows you to be able to deploy that weapon system effectively. Now, can someone who without knowledge and all that, can that person deploy? Obviously, yes. The same way that I think martial arts can be used in a negative way. But now if we're talking about the discipline, the art, the way of the pistol, the way of the knife, the way of the baton, all go back to the same thing and what he's talking about. So I think it's more than a sport. I didn't have a point to this other than to express how I appreciate you, Bruce Lee, and I hope that maybe I can develop a school or be a part of a developing school that translates the art of the pistol into the martial art that I'm speaking about. I would love to write a book myself about the way of the pistol, kind of taking in what I learned from Jeff Cooper in his books, but also Bruce Lee, because I own Bruce's book and I need to find it. Really what I want to do is create a library, my own personal library, where I have all my books, and then I can start writing my own personal book. So shout out to you, Mr. Lee, for being such an inspiration. Shout out to you. I'm grateful I'm grateful to have been born in the same city that you were. I love San Francisco. I left my heart in San Francisco, and that's where it is. And I don't know, I'm just messing around. But no, that last part, I think I still have my heart and soul intact. But there's something too where you're born, and just it having an impact on you. And that's why I just, even though I fumbled through this, I do believe that martial arts will continue to evolve. And the way of the pistol will not be able to be denied as a true legitimate form of fighting, a weapon system, a way to express yourself artistically. And that's not to say, and that's another thing. I understand that every tool can be used inappropriately. And it isn't that inappropriateness that makes martial arts less of a way of life or a way of thinking. I think we should probably stop judging ourselves based on the few that use things maliciously, and maybe appreciate those who try to express the purpose of things in their purest form. I think that's what's cool about The Precinct. Shout out to The Precinct. I think Grand Theft Auto is cool. I played Grand Theft Auto, but now it's I think it's an awesome thing that 20, 30 years later, we can have a Grand Theft Auto from the perspective of the opposite side, those that enforce the law. And I believe that private property cannot exist without the threat of force. So thank you. I love you.